Yo, what's good, YouTube, man? You know what I'm saying? We back with another video, and I got something different on today as well in this one. Thought it matched with the vibe and the content of this video. You know what I'm saying? Little get me down, you know, a little office fit. You know what I'm saying? I think I look pretty clean, you feel me? But yeah, I thought I'd talk about in this video, you know, my experience growing up in a suburban area where, you know, of course, the population is mostly white folks. I'm gonna give you a little pieces of information and history and, you know, the realities of growing up in this type of environment. Let's get to it though. All right, so when I was you know what I'm saying, young whippersnapper or whatever the word is, I went to a charter school. You have to wear uniforms and shit. Funny enough, the colors is actually these are actually the colors right here. So anyway, I went to this charter school when I was from kindergarten to about 7th grade, okay? And while I was there, there was probably a maximum of, I think, probably like 15 black people. 15 black people in my whole experience there, including myself, my brother, and my cousins. It's kind of crazy thinking about it now, I'm not gonna lie. Especially considering the fact that this was not a big school. Like I said, this was a charter school. There was probably like a total of 200 kids there. So, and eventually, you know, after 7th grade, I moved to an area with, you know, more diverse area, you know what I'm saying, more black people. There were a lot of probably interesting things that happened here, but some that, you know, stuck to me was this in particular. I think this was like in 2nd grade. So my whole life I pretty much had an afro, right? I've never cut it or nothing. I didn't have that canon experience or canon event where you have the bald fade, which that shit's just terrible. I will never be putting, if I have kids, I'm not putting my son through that. I'm not cutting his hair. That's just stupid. What am I doing that for? But anyway, yeah, so this girl threw a ball at my head and she asked if it hurt. I guess she thought that me having an afro would like just deflect the pain of you throwing a fucking dodgeball at my head. I guess, right? That makes sense to y'all? It didn't make sense to me back then. I was in 2nd grade. Still don't make sense to me now. But yeah, that was just one situation right there that was very interesting that happened at this school. Something else that happened also. I thought this shit was funny. Because to be honest, I'm just now figuring out the reason why today. This girl asked me, why is the inside of my hand white? Which, to be honest, I didn't fucking know why. I just had to look it up actually, like, I'm not gonna lie, like 3 days ago. Why the inside of, you know, black people's hands or dark-skinned people's hands are white rather, you know, the color of the hand. Well, obviously now, I mean, I guess it's just common knowledge. Everybody's inside of their hand is white. It's because, you know, the sun is not hitting them parts as much as, you know, the other parts, you know. So that was why. But yeah, anyway. This girl also told me that she basically said some shit like you're whitewashed or some shit like that. Or you're not like the typical black, basically. That's what she was saying. And you know what's funny? I don't know why I said this after she said this. I said that, so you think you say that because I don't be saying nigga? And of course, back in the day, that didn't come out as like smooth and natural as it did now, because, you know, I wasn't around black people, so there really was no reason for me to be using that word, really. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting that she said that to me. It really is just crazy, that concept of a white person telling you that you are not black or the typical black kid. It really is crazy when you think about it. It's crazy. I can see how it can mess up people's, you know what I'm saying, mental health and psyche and shit like that. Like, kind of insane. All right, so now let's fast forward to me in 8th grade. I moved to a more diverse area. So this is really when I started hearing this very often, that you don't talk black or you talk proper, and motherfuckers, you just say I talk Southern. It's just insane. Another thing they also said to me, this is black people now, like I said, they said that I was a light skin. And some girl also said I have Puerto Rican hair. You what? Is this still Puerto Rican hair to y'all? I'm actually confused. Is there Puerto Ricans with this type of hair? And I don't really think I'm light skinned, but just very interesting experiences. It's funny because in college, well, my homeboys, none of them really called me that or have said that to me. They actually said I'm far from being quote unquote whitewashed or whatever, but I'll be honest, I really haven't changed. Like, I'm still interested in the stuff I was in elementary school. Same shit. I mean, I would say I talk the same. I just use more curse words and I say nigga more often, use the N-word more often. My voice got deeper and shit. Like, I really haven't changed that much, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
All right, we got Victory over here thinking he's gonna block something. Bitch Carter, 360! Let's get it!
back when I was in that school, I was still, you know what I'm saying, invested or doing things in Black culture. Like I wasn't, you know what I'm saying, I was not fully integrated into the white culture, which happens to a lot of people in my situation, or assimilate into that culture fully and just kind of disassociate with, you know what I'm saying, Black culture. Really wasn't ever introduced to it at all because of the situation they was in. And the area I was living in, it was not like a rich area. Like it really was a redneck area, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, people at my school, they did have money, but of course they didn't grow up in the redneck area. It's just the school was in that area. People there did have money. They was rich, apparently, which I just found out actually I didn't find out recently. Because I remember I went to somebody party back in the day and their house was pretty big. So I guess everybody there wasn't redneck, but yeah, that might have contributed to why some Black people who grew up in the suburbs or a white dominated area were never really even introduced to it. It really could have been the fault of the parents. It really depends, man, on the situation. But that's just really what happened with me, though. Because see, some of these people turn out people like Canel, Joseph, and Gideon, where they make videos with they make videos that they go to a Civil War convention or whatever bullshit, and they dress up as slaves or some shit like that. So see, that's potentially that could have been me if I stayed in this school. It really could have. No joke. That's like the product of some of these Black people in these areas, unfortunately. They turn it into motherfuckers like Canel, Joseph, and Gideon. It's really interesting. It really is. Like how, you know what I'm saying, the different outcomes of this. This is also how I don't really understand how like some Black people behave the way they do, as far as like appealing and like essentially like praising white people, their stance and views to them, because I've like seen the way they behave when they're with their people and how they like, you know, treat other people of color who are not white. So I still don't really understand how people like, I'm gonna keep using these two as examples. Canel, Joseph, and Gideon exist. I don't even know how that's possible. The Uncle Ruckus-esque type archetype. I don't get it. I just don't. I really don't understand how this is even possible. I've seen this shit firsthand. And I would assume these people have as well. I would assume Gideon and Canel Joseph also grew up in the suburbs. I would not take those for two hood guys. But y'all, because I wouldn't. So maybe I'm tripping. Maybe they is from the hood. But regardless, so it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too deep, which I really don't think I am. A lot of dudes, Black dudes who, you know, aren't the average or the gazed upon prototype of a Black man, you know, have this experience to where I guess they don't really get that much attention from Black women. And that's why they date white women, or they, you know, feel some type of way about Black women. But I mean, me personally, like I don't know, it could have been because I was just ugly as shit back in middle school or elementary, or I just didn't have that much confidence or some shit like that. But I wasn't getting no attention from the hoes back in elementary school. So if that's even like what they were called, I'm pretty sure there was motherfuckers who was fucking back in elementary in 6th, 7th. Well, I can for sure say in 6th and 7th grade, I heard somebody doing something. This was like one person though, or two people. Yes. That was the only time I heard about that. Like I said, there was only like 200 people at this school. But yeah, regardless though, I wasn't getting like, you know what I'm saying? My first girlfriend nigga was in 8th grade. So, or if that's even what you would call it in 8th grade, I don't fucking know. Is that shit even count? That shit don't even count, to be honest, bro. I started getting attention from Black women, colored women, I guess, or colored sounds kind of crazy, but yeah. So I don't really get this ideology from some of these people. I guess these might have been the type of brothers who grew up in the hood, and you know, they wasn't the typical, you know what I'm saying, Negro. I don't know, is this true? Somebody comment down below if this is a valid take that I'm saying. I could just be in this bitch yapping. That really could be what's happening. But you know what I'm saying, hold on. This shit fucking up. Another thing also, I never really considered myself a geek or a Black geek. I mean, people call me. Are you serious, my brother? You know, I got the glasses and shit. You know, I play the game, you know what I'm saying? I play actual, like, I play video games past, you know, 2K and Call of Duty, you know, like story-based games and shit like that. But yeah, I still don't really consider myself a geek. I think the more correct term would be a square, not really a geek. But yeah, I'm in the video off with that though. Y'all be safe out there, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. You like the vid, feel me? You related to this, or you just think I'm just a lame ass nigga regardless of my, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm holla at y'all though. Peace.